I think when we're about to do a new record, even when we were going to do our very first record, the main goal was just to try and write some good songs and just make music that we are excited about and we're interested in. So I don't think that really changes so much. Even after making a lot of records, it's still the same basic aim to just try and make some good music. We worked with a guy called Paul Savage, who recorded our first records, our first singles, and also our first album. He also was in the band the Delgados and runs the label Chemical Underground. So he's someone that we've known and worked with over the years. But it's been a long time since we had worked with him, about maybe 11, 12 years, so quite a while. Well, the recording was quite easy. Everyone just came back to Glasgow. But when we were writing the record, it was a little bit different. We had to make demos in our house and then email them to each other and all that kind of thing. But that was only maybe for a few months while we were getting the songs together. Then everyone just came back and we just rehearsed and then went into the studio. I don't know the studio as such. I suppose we kind of use our computers as instruments, and that's part of the studio. So yeah, we do kind of process the sounds out with just the way we play the guitars or the drums or the piano. So I think we do that at times. It's not the main thing. Mainly we just try and make our guitars and pianos and drums sound good on their own, but it's good to help them sometimes. There's 5 people in the band and everything. One person could be having a great time, the other person could be having a really bad time. But I think the general mood of the band when we were working together was quite positive. Yeah, so I think that's true. The title came from something that one of the other bands on our label, Errors, their drummer heard someone say in a shop. I guess he was arguing with the guy in the shop and he was saying hardcore will never die but you will. But I think he was talking about hardcore techno. So it's a different kind of hardcore. I don't think it changed anything with the composition of the music.
But the work, maybe.
The work, yeah. Outside of making the music, yeah, there's more work. That's true. Yeah, when we finished the album, there was a lot more work to do. Whereas when other labels were putting it out, that would really be the end. As long as you give them the music and the cover, then you can kind of take a break for a little while and then come and tell people about the album. So there was a lot more work there. But I don't, to be fair to the other labels we were on, we were never really told what to do or anything. They always, PIAS were always good. They always let us do what we wanted. Chemical Underground let us do what we wanted. So I think it's just a case of having more office-style things to take care of. So, but yeah, it's been a rewarding process as well. We've got a label manager who's there to answer the phone every day, but yeah, we choose all the records we're going to put out. We kind of sort out a lot of the contracts, sort out a lot of the licensing deals. Yeah, no, we do. Maybe we're lucky in that our label was already going. We've been putting records out we put out the very first MOGWAI 7-inch, then we had a break, and then maybe 4 years later, which is now almost 10 years ago, we started doing it as a proper label. So we've got experience, and I guess one of the mistakes people make, and we've made this mistake as well, is spending too much money on records and then they don't sell a lot and you've lost a lot of money. And especially now it's hard to sell records, so I think we kind of try and do things as cheaply as we can. I think that it's something people like. Fans like it. Fans like something special and they like something exclusive.
Yeah.
And also it's important now to be able to sell it directly to people. I don't know if important's the right word. I think it's a good thing to do. And I think with bands like us, we're like a cult band. So the people, the hardcore fans are really, really into it. So I think things like that get them excited, and then it's kind of, even though these things are quite expensive, there's a lot in them. So I don't know. I'm a fan of bands as well. Like I got there was one of the Joy Division albums and one of the Noi albums and all that kind of thing. And I don't know. I think it's good for the geeks. The geeks like that kind of thing. only good thing about people leaking albums on the internet now is that they've heard all the songs before you go on tour, so they don't look kind of confused. But yeah, I think the reaction's been pretty good.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.